Good morning, everybody. My name is Connor Johnson. I'm a MCMO librarian with LA County Library. Today we'll be doing a talk on YouTube for beginners. So again, my name is Connor Johnson. I'm a MCMO librarian with LA County Library. That means MCMO standing for Maker Mobile. So I go to different places and do STEAM programming. So anything related to science, technology, engineering, art, and math for kids through adults. So this program is going to be all about YouTube. Maybe you use YouTube daily, or maybe you've never really used it. Either way, hopefully you'll get something out of it. We'll just kind of do a beginner-friendly look at YouTube. So YouTube is a video platform where users can watch, interact, entertain, and learn. Anything you can think of is probably able to be found on YouTube. It's easy to access through your various devices, phone, tablet, computer. You can also customize your experience and explore lots of different topics. It is the second most visited website in the world, I believe. So why use YouTube? Why do people spend so much time on YouTube? First of all, it is a free service where you can discover and explore, a multitude of topics. You can engage and connect with organizations, people with similar interests. It's a great source for entertainment, also a learning tool. It's also just great to relax and have fun, and also to keep up to date with current events, watching news, stuff like that. So there's lots of reasons why people use YouTube. And while it is free, there are a few paid versions of YouTube. We're not going to be talking about those today, but YouTube TV it's a separate subscription service, kind of like Netflix or Prime, where you can have access to original YouTube content. YouTube is accessible, of course, through all your different devices, laptops, smartphones, tablets, even your smart TV. I also use my Xbox to go on YouTube. So, anything that you can really access apps, you can access YouTube. So today we'll talk about getting started on YouTube, signing up. We'll look at the YouTube layout and all the different types of ways of exploring and finding videos to watch, how to interact with YouTube, with sharing, liking, saving, and commenting on videos, how to create a playlist, and subscribing to channels that you would like to hear more from. So getting started on YouTube is really easy. You don't have to have a login or an account. You can just go onto YouTube and start watching, but that's not the ideal way to interact. So you can, if you're on somebody else's account, you can go into their a guest account so that you can watch things and not interfere with their algorithms and their playlists and everything. But if you do want your own account to take the next step and interact more on YouTube, the best way to do that is through Google. And you can create an account with Google or use your already existing account. This is just what the sign-up screen would look like. And then, of course, you can always, if you prefer not to use your Google account, you can use your own email like Hotmail or YouTube. You might have to use, you'll need your name, the email, and come up with a password. So different ways to access YouTube. Now let's take a look at YouTube itself. So we're going to be taking a look at how YouTube looks on a desktop view. This is more visual, user-friendly, but the same things apply when you're using it on your phone or a tablet. So on the left is the sidebar. We'll go over all of these in more detail, but the sidebar where you can explore, you can see on that left side, you can sign in to like videos, comment, and subscribe. And the ability to sign in or sign up is at the top right. So the interactive features are missing, but even if you're not logged in and have an account, you can explore and look at different videos. So this is that left side menu bar. And so you can kind of think of it as a remote control. When you log in, you can immediately go to home wherever you're at YouTube, on YouTube. You can explore. That's going to expand your options to browse through new videos. The library, and I'm going to skip some of these because we'll go over them in a few minutes. But the library would be where you have any videos that you've uploaded yourself. And this talk isn't going to be about that or being a content creator or anything, just about being a user, a watcher on YouTube. In the history, you can see the history, and we'll again be looking more at these later. Watch later, that's a default playlist where you can put things that you want to watch later into that playlist. Any videos that you've liked has its own playlist, and then subscriptions for anything that you've for channels that you've subscribed to. So that's the side menu bar. And then this is once you're logged in, this is what the homepage does look like. You can see at the top right, there's going to be initials. That's where you access your account or your profile. And then you can see over on the left, again, the watch later, liked videos. Those are playlists. So when you go to your homepage, every video that you see is one that's, when you're logged in, is recommended to you based on YouTube's algorithms. So it takes into account things that you've watched before, the ways that you've interacted before. This can be for better or worse. Sometimes I get videos and I don't like, why is that recommended? But then sometimes I just watch one thing because I'm interested in, and then all of a sudden, like, my whole page home screen is full of videos on like a niche topic that I really don't have any interest in. So your mileage may vary for the content that is recommended to you, but it's interesting to see, and I've discovered a lot of videos that way. The explore, when you click on explore page, so this is going to be where trending videos, things that are happening right now, brands, topics, movies. You can see there's different categories up there at the top. I don't personally use the explore page very often because if I'm going on YouTube, it's usually for specific things, but I'm going to pass the time or look for something new, or see what people are looking at or watching. That's a really good place to go. The explore page. There's also shorts. So this isn't as popular as Instagram Reels or TikTok, but they're short videos that, kind of fun way to pass the time. Those are called shorts. And then next is your subscription. So if you see somebody or a Lake County Library that you want to remember and see more of, you can subscribe to that channel. And they might not release videos that often. So if you've done my programs before, my office lights are on a timer, so I apologize for that. Gotta wake up the room. And so again, some channels might not release videos very often. So subscribing is a good way to stay on top of, if it's something you might forget about if you don't subscribe to. I do that a lot for like science and history. Like I have subscriptions, just a bunch of those. And then when I'm in the mood for something science or history, I'll go through and see what I'm subscribed to and find a cool video. So lots of options with subscriptions and following channels and creators. This is just showing that button to subscribe is down at the bottom of the video. So you can see it outlined right there, just showing that, yes, you're subscribed to LA County Library or whatever channel you're looking at. So the top of the YouTube, that all those little buttons along the top, so this isn't necessarily customized for you, but there are different trending topics, things that that you might find interesting. So I usually will take a glance up there, and I've discovered interesting topics that I wouldn't have looked at before. Kind of similar to the Explore, but just in general, kind of keywords and tags. So it's another way to explore videos and find different content to watch. So next we'll talk about actually interacting with YouTube and seeing how breaking down a video and how to get the most out of watching videos on YouTube. So you don't have to write all this down now. You'll get sent the presentation where this will be part of. But this is just breaking down the video. So you can see the video progress bar. Sometimes you'll see dots along that line. And that's if the creator has broken up the video into chapters or parts, so you can easily find different aspects, especially if it's a really long video. That can be really helpful. There's of course play, pause, going to the next video, volume. So basics for going through videos. The autoplay, it's what's keyed as number 6. That's really useful for me. I'll oftentimes just have something, especially if it's music, playing in the background, and I have the autoplay switched on. Sometimes I'm watching something and I know that I don't want to watch anything else after that, and also I'll toggle it off. I'm constantly toggling that on and off, so that's something to keep in mind. And especially like if I'm really into a song, or then I'll turn that off, and then I'll just keep repeating the video to hear the song or whatnot. There's also different size videos, different ways of viewing it at different sizes. So the mini player would be, it kind of shrinks it down to the bottom, and you can still navigate throughout YouTube with watching the little video. Theater mode expands the video across your screen, but it's not full screen. It keeps it in the window, and you still have options to interact with YouTube and look at all the different things. And then of course there's full screen, which will put it across your entire screen. So just different ways of interacting and the video layout there to just make your experience a little better. And then next, how to interact with videos themselves. So there's like or dislike. You can share it, like if you want to email it to somebody or get a URL of the video. You can hit click and see the options that come. You can click share and see the options that come up for that. Download is a premium paid service. There are ways around that, but I'll let you Google that. And save would be to save it to a playlist. And again, we'll talk about playlists shortly. But those are the main functions for each video, the options that you have. And then YouTube also allows you to leave a comment unless the creator has turned off the comments for that particular video. You can access the comments by scrolling down past the description. Sometimes there's a lot of description, especially if it's like music, or there's lots of, if it's a really large description, just keep scrolling and you'll get down to the comments. Comments can be, it's a public forum, it's a public space. So like anything else, just be aware that sometimes there's really toxic commentary. It really depends on what you're watching and what the topic is. So just be aware. There's always positivity and negativity online. So just know that you might see something that is not very positive in the comment section, but that's what, that's the reality of a shared online space. So creating a playlist. So I have so many playlists for different topics. You can see how when you go down to save, you can save it. Again, the default playlist is watch later. If you put them all in that bucket, that's totally fine. You don't have to create separate playlists, but the option is there. When you make a new playlist, just take special care to your privacy settings, because it can be private or public. I mean, maybe you don't care if everybody sees what's in your playlist, or how many people are going to be looking at your particular account anyway. But it's something to keep in mind. I keep it all private. Nobody needs to know the science and stuff, the music. So just something to keep in mind is the privacy option for your playlist. And then within the playlist itself, and again, that's over to the on that left, kind of the remote for YouTube, is where you can access your playlists. There's options. You can see that there's a shuffle. You can change the sorting. You can change the description. Your history itself is also a playlist. You can search through your playlist, and I find that so useful, especially when I have that autoplay on, and I'm doing work or whatever, and I'm listening to maybe music, and it's one song after the other. I love looking back at my history and be like, oh yeah, like I really liked that song, or even if it's not music, whatever the case may be. There have been so many times that I've been like, oh, I really liked that particular video about the solar system, and so I watch so many. I use that search bar. Very helpful. Just little details to help your experience. And the liked videos. So any video that you've given the thumbs up to or liked is also its own playlist, and you can see that under liked videos. So you can also get customized notifications. So when you subscribe, you'll also see a little bell, and that little bell means that you can get a personalized notification every time that content creator uploads a video, or you can customize it. You can see there, so there's options. I tend to not have any notification, but it's really good if there's one, if you have a subscription, they only put up a video every few months or so often, and you really want to know as soon as it's subscribed, then you can go ahead and click on that bell icon and get notified. So just some more general tips, and a lot of this has to do with any kind of online activity, especially if you're in public. But we talked about sometimes the comment sections, not just on YouTube, but on the internet in general, might be kind of scary places. Don't be sucked into that. Engage positively. Be effective in your communication. And check your information. Anybody can really put anything on YouTube. That doesn't mean that it's accurate. It doesn't mean that it's good information. There is the verified process. If you see the little check, that doesn't mean that content has been verified and that information is better than other information. It just means that content creator has verified who they are to YouTube. So that doesn't necessarily mean that what you're seeing is 100% true. So just keep in mind, but that's true anywhere you go online. There are ways to report if you see something that shouldn't be up, or you think that's just not appropriate. You can report videos. Protect your privacy by knowing your privacy settings on YouTube. And when you're in public, check your surroundings. Again, just like anything else, if you get sucked into YouTube, and you're missing what's going on, you don't want to put yourself in a position for that. Also, don't be one of the people that listens to their YouTube videos loudly in public. Utilize headphones or lower the volume. Just being respectful. It's just a lot of it is common sense, but with YouTube, where it's all video and audio, you just want to be aware of your surroundings. You can use different devices to watch. Also, check your connection. It does use a lot of bandwidth to watch videos. Take breaks as needed. But use YouTube for fun, entertainment, learning. Just the possibilities are endless. Again, on the go, and this is just showing what it looks like on a mobile device, which is, you can see it's basically the same idea with the Explorer and those topics. So your experience, whether on a mobile device or a computer, can be very similar. And then you can also mirrorcast or wirelessly beam your YouTube session to a smart TV, a capable device. So they have to be compatible. So it does have to be typically a newer TV, but then you can control your YouTube experience on your TV through your phone. And if you've ever had to search for things using just a regular TV remote, that can be really tedious. And here's my anecdotal recommendation. And I had mentioned I use YouTube, Xbox, to watch YouTube a lot. Using the Xbox controller to type in phrases to search and stuff is so much easier than that typical remote control. So that's my experience. I know there's some very fancy remotes out there now, but just different options, different things to think about. And then finally, if you do find yourself needing help or you're having issues on YouTube, they of course have their own help section. And of course, if you are interested in YouTube as being a content creator, tons of help on that, both on YouTube and outside of YouTube. Just good to know that it's there. And then, of course, LA County Library, we're always happy to assist in whatever way we can. You can always call your local library or speak to our reference services. That number is 626-394-4019. Text questions. You can also, there's our instant librarian, which is basically like a chat service reference, and email. But all of that reference information can be found on lacountylibrary.org/contact us. And of course, the library has a ton of resources. So these are some books that might be useful for helping you interact online. Emily Post's Manners in a Digital World, Living Well Online, How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age, and Kill Reply All, a modern guide to online etiquette from social media to work to love. These are just a few of the books that you can check out from LA County, all about interacting online and social etiquette and everything like that. So that is YouTube for beginners. Oleg is back, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Oleg, and we'll go ahead and do a Q&A.
Hey, Connor. Thank you for that presentation. We covered a lot of information, and we also demonstrated to folks that even us who are very experienced in doing virtual events are sometimes prone to creating a situation where something doesn't show up exactly how we want it, and we have to troubleshoot on the spot.
Yeah. I'm glad you were back from your meeting to let me know, because I mean, that would have been fine. Everybody could just see what I was going to say before I said it. That's fine, but a little bit more professional looking without the notes.
There are definitely people who would actually benefit from reading along. I'm one of those people. Sometimes I like to read along too. But we got the closed captions here, so people can, if they read quickly enough, they can read the closed captions, which have gotten better over the years. All right, so we've got a lot of questions. Let's cover some of these questions. So we had a question about signing into YouTube on smart TV. Does it require sign in? Do you know? I don't know very much about smart TV. I don't have one. So
yeah, I think most you can. So for pretty much any app, you can sign in using your actual login. Put in your email and your password. That can get kind of especially typing in on a remote, right? Mm-hmm. So most of the times when you download like the YouTube app, you'll be able to, there'll be one of those codes on the screen, and then you just go to your YouTube account and verify, yes, like this smart TV is is one that I'm allowing access to YouTube, and you use your device or your computer to type in that code, so you don't have to go through all the monotony of typing in like a password and everything onto the TV. So that's usually the way you could access it on your smart TV.
Is it possible to watch it without signing in, just as kind of, it's like accessing YouTube on your computer without logging in, just like the default version?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I know that I have been logged in for some reason. Okay, yes, actually, I know you can, because I've been kicked out for some reason, and I have gone to YouTube, and I'm like, what are all these videos? Like,
I've had that experience today, actually.
Yeah. I'm like, this is some interesting content, but it's not really what I would care
This is
to
not what it
watch.
always
I'm like,
recommends to
I'm not
me.
logged in. So
I opened a new browser today, and I hadn't been logged into YouTube on that browser, and I saw these videos. It was like, okay, these are weird recommendations. All right, so let me see. So we had a few questions about, somebody wrote, what's going on with your hair in the video? Actually, what's happening is that I have a virtual background on, and sometimes the virtual backgrounds, as you can see, like in this area here, the virtual backgrounds aren't perfect. So I have like headphones on. The virtual background, it automatically and in real time outlines me from the fake background. So that's what's happening with my hair. The hair is actually, it's really here, at least most of it. But it
yeah, I was
it's
like,
creating a strange
I've
situation.
never seen your background do that before. I'm like, it's an interest. It's interesting.
I think it has to do with the,
like every time you move it moves it. But again, quirks of technology.
It has to do with the lighting, I think, sometimes. So right now I have lighting that's slightly different from what I usually have. And so Zoom is doing its best to try to make sure that at least my face is showing. All right, so let me see. Let's get on to these questions before the folks that ask them get log off. All right, so we had a few questions about autoplay. So first of all, what is autoplay?
Okay. Yes. Yes. So autoplay would be, so remember, it's a toggle. So it's either on or off. So if it's on, it's going to automatically play the next video. If you're in a playlist, it's going to play the next video in your playlist, or it's going to go to like a recommended video. So sometimes that can be very jarring, especially if you're not paying attention to YouTube and it goes to something you were not expecting. And I'll be doing that. I'll be listening to like some nice folk music, and then rap comes on. It's not my playlist. It's
just YouTube decided that going to the next recommendation.
Yeah. So then
hit or miss.
So you could obviously, you don't have to stay on that video just because it auto played to that next one. So just in different circumstances, I turn it on or off.
I hate autoplay. I always turn it off.
Yeah. I usually just have it on if I know I'm going to be, listening to music in the background a lot.
And so there's a toggle when it's about to switch over. I think it's right. When it's about to switch over to the next video, it gives you like a certain amount of seconds. And then there's a toggle, I think, in the playlist too, where you click there and it turns it off automatically. And it saves that within your account, I believe, because
yes,
I don't get autoplay anymore.
Yeah, that's why I'm constantly putting it on or off depending on what I'm watching. Yeah, I mean, safe bet, I would say turn it off, keep it off, and then turn it on, if circumstances.
Yeah, so you can turn off, and then if you happen to be logged out, like we have been, and then you go and it's auto playing, it's because you're not logged in, because it doesn't remember your settings. But there's also a different kind of thing that I feel like I don't think it's called autoplay, but it's similar. It's where the videos start playing, like if you're scrolling through on your phone, and they start playing automatically, like they start to move without you actually
like the auto
clicking on them.
preview.
Auto preview, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, and I was like, I
turned that off too. I don't like that either.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was like, I had a friend who would keep that on, and then rather than deal with YouTube ads, just watch videos from the auto preview, because I guess they just keep going.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
We did have a question actually about how to get rid of the ads, and there is a way. Okay, so the easiest way is just subscribe to YouTube Premium. You pay for it and they'll get rid of the ads. So that's one way to do it if you want to pay for YouTube. Another way is using the Brave browser. If you use Brave, then I don't know how they did it, but no ads. And then
I
on
need to
the
switch to Brave.
yeah, I mean, if for that reason, but Brave is a pretty good browser. It's privacy focused. You have to turn off some settings, but it's privacy focused. But for the YouTube, you don't have to do any settings. You could just use Brave to watch YouTube. Actually, it works the same way on mobile. So YouTube has an app, of course. If you use the app, you're going to be seeing the ads. But if you open up YouTube in Brave, you're not going to get some of the interface stuff, like you're not going to be able to drag videos and stuff to turn them off, but you won't get ads. So I've been using YouTube in on my mobile device within the Brave browser. So I just go to youtube.com and I actually just leave it on. So whenever I go open my Brave browser, I've got Facebook, I've got Brave, I've got the ChatGPT because I want to talk to an AI anytime I want, and I've got Post, that new social network, on in my Brave browser.
Nice.
So, but
And
yeah, so no ads.
nice. And just a quick word about the ad-free experience. Like if if you do that, or if you pay for the premium, some content creators and some videos do have ads within their videos, like
Mhm.
embedded or sponsored content. And it's not going to get rid of those, unfortunately, just the ones that YouTube puts in place. So
Yep. Yeah, for those you just have to gotta skip ahead.
yeah.
I mean, if the product sometimes the content creators create interesting advertisements. So it's
Yeah, you know
sometimes
what?
when they
There
do a
are,
really good
yes,
job
there
sometimes.
are definitely a few that I'll be like, okay, and
I'll watch
it's
it for you.
even
Maybe
gotten
I'll
me
buy it.
to download an app before, so
Yeah.
go them.
All right, so let's see. The menu, I'm assuming the menu on the right-hand side, or I guess left-hand side. Um,
The left sidebar.
yeah, the left sidebar. Is that there only when you log on, or is that always there?
It'll always be there.
Okay. It just won't have
Should always
personalized
be there.
information if you're not
Yeah,
logged
because
in.
that's kind of how to keep from getting lost.
Mhm.
It should always be there. And yeah, even if you do the not the full screen, but the theater view,
Mhm.
that should still be there.
Yeah. So let's talk about subscriptions. We had a few questions about subscriptions. So when you subscribe to a YouTube channel, uh, I think you talked about this during the presentation a little bit. So that means what? Like what happens when you subscribe?
So subscribing is basically just a way to easily access someone's content, and you can, again, with the notification, you can get notified when they've uploaded a new video. But it's really a way to just to aggregate, the content that you're interested in, by the creator, by the uploader. So I have, again, like my all my subscriptions. And I sometimes, when I'm just so bored, I need some entertainment, or I'm searching for something fun, I'll go through, and that's on the left sidebar too.
Mhm.
All the channels that you subscribe to. It's just a way to not forget.
Mhm.
Um, every channel that you find interesting, and
If you're not
like me,
satisfied
I'm
with
like, I find so many things interesting, so I have so
yeah,
many subscriptions.
you
But
and me both.
usually it's, if I'm finding it interesting and I'm liking multiple videos by the same person, then yeah, I like having access a lot easier than trying to remember, oh, who was that, like what was the name of the channel. So it's just a way to have the content creators that interest you in a single place.
Mhm. Yeah, it's if you get bored of the or are unsatisfied with YouTube's recommendations, which are admittedly just kind of all over the place sometimes, then if you click on subscriptions, you just get a feed with only the channels that you've selected. And so all of a sudden the videos are a lot more relevant.
Yeah,
Although if it's
it's
like, I
just
think if it's like you and me, they're also kind of random. So there's so much random stuff in there. I mean, YouTube is really amazing. There's just videos on every topic. This morning I was watching videos on uh, creating a home server.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, uh,
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I mean, there's so many videos about that. All right,
Yeah.
this is an interesting question. I'm not sure how we're going to handle this question. What's better, Instagram or YouTube?
My answer would be, what kind of content do you prefer? Instagram does have reels and more focus on videos than in the past, but I
So
mean,
what are reels?
so reels are short. I think they're less than, let's say less than a minute, but it might be even less than that. Do you know, Oli?
Really short videos? Yeah,
Yeah,
they've got to be. There's
yeah.
like the equivalent of
It's
what's on TikTok. Like
yeah,
TikTok, you've got like
base
2 minute
it's
videos or
yeah,
something, max,
it's
something like that.
basically a response to TikTok and the surge of people wanting bite-sized videos. And so Instagram for me is still mostly about like the like the art and pictures, photos,
Mhm.
that. And so to me, they're just still completely different. And I think that YouTube's shorts haven't really taken off. Um, and so it's kind of apples to oranges, but um, which one do you prefer for your reasons, and
Yeah,
why?
I don't know. I'm not a big Instagram person. I have an account, but I never use it. Um,
Mhm.
and YouTube, I'm gonna say I'm on YouTube a lot more than I am on Instagram. Because if you have multiple social networks, you've got a Facebook, you've got Instagram, you've got Post or whatever, there's the various social networks out there. Um, you know, YouTube is its kind of its own social network in a way, but really more so for the majority of people, it's for watching videos. And so I got to say, I do that a lot more than interact on Instagram. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if YouTube is better, but
Right, like better. I'm like, it real like, what, I gotta wake up my room again. But you know
yeah.
what you're looking for.
So but while Connor is reactivating the lights, there's this next question that's really easy to answer, and the answer is yes. And the question is, I subscribe to groups in YouTube, but not sure how to find them again. Do I need to log on? The answer is yes, because it's within your login, it's within your account that you keep those subscriptions. So if you're not subscribed, it's like when Connor and I were talking about we're logged out and all of a sudden we're getting all kinds of random weird
Weird.
stuff. Really, we recognize the kind of stuff that YouTube usually recommends you because they will slip in your subscriptions within the recommendations. So yeah, yeah, you do need to log on. How do you keep a playlist private? That's a great
um,
question. Go ahead,
yeah.
Connor.
So yeah, when you're so the default watch later, I believe is private.
Mhm.
If you create a new one, then I think the default is public. You have to click when you create, and it's on the slides. When you create a playlist, it will have the option for private, um, or public, and you could always change that option by going into the playlist, and you'll see where it says private or public. Um, but it's the option will always be there. But I believe by default I know the history is private, because your history is its own playlist as well. I just make sure everything is on private, and then I don't worry about it. And if you're not creating like new playlists, you don't have to worry about it either.
Mhm. So why like or dislike something? The thumbs up, thumbs down. Why bother doing that? What's the benefit?
So there's ask 10 people, they'll probably have 10 different answers. Some people just like, um, expressing their support or disapproval of a certain topic or video, for how it actually relates to your experience. It does impact the algorithms. So YouTube says, oh, you like that one video, we're going to show you like 1,000 more. And again, your mileage may vary. Again, I I tend not to like videos just because I want the algorithms to know like how long I watched a video, or like the kind of things that I watch. For me, liking and disliking isn't an interaction I I do often. But it's really just there to try to figure out what you're going to want to watch again or not watch
Hmm.
again in the future, so that they can give you the videos that will keep you on the platform.
And you can also access your liked videos in the later.
Right,
So
right.
within your library, there's another feed where you can access your liked videos. So
That's
it's
true.
like a
Yes.
whole nother playlist. I don't know. I mean, I pretty much never dislike videos. The only reason I would dislike one is if if the title doesn't refer to what actually in the video. It's like a clickbait title, like they make some kind of promise about what they're going to talk about and they never actually talk about it, or they talk about something totally different. Then I usually will dislike that video because
Create
I
your
get,
home
get
network for
angry.
free. Like, we'll give you money back. Oh, I'm
And
gonna
then
watch
they want
that
to
video.
charge you. Dislike.
Yeah.
No.
So it's just like any kind of other social media or like
Mhm.
platform. Take use what you like or what you don't like, and
Yeah.
forget the rest. So
And
if that
if I
doesn't
want to
appeal
support a
to you.
creator, if it's a person who's creating the videos and I want to support that person, I'll hit the like.
Oh, right. Yeah, like smaller, you know what, that is true. Like for smaller channels or like really niche topics, and there's might only be like a few likes. But then that gets into the psychological reasons,
Mhm.
which are as varied as there are
Yeah,
people.
truly.
So yeah, like you're not going to do YouTube right or wrong, with how you choose to interact.
Mhm.
Just different reasons for doing different things.
And another question about subscriptions, and I think it touches a little bit on the same idea. This person says, I don't understand why it's better to subscribe. If I subscribe, I have to worry about being public, etc. While without subscribing, I can still watch, download, share, etc. what I want. So what's the benefit? Are subscriptions to a channel public?
No,
I don't
no,
think they are.
no, those wouldn't, they wouldn't be public.
The channel
For
can see, I think, who subscribed to the channel. Makes it,
Yeah, 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 I think they can see who, but yeah,
but
other users
nobody
wouldn't be
else
able to
can.
see that, you subscribe to whatever channel. And I mean, for me, yeah, it's just I want all those, and I don't want to forget,
Mhm.
there's so many good channels out there, and they're not ones that I would and ever remember all their names. So I'll be like, oh, I really like that video. I'm going to subscribe to it, and then
Mhm.
one day I'll go back and see if, or especially if it's ones that I'm liking. If I'm liking a lot of their videos, like a lot of them are being recommended, then yeah, I'm going to subscribe because I'll probably like what they put out in the future too. Or if
Mhm.
they have 1,000 videos, from the past 5 years, I'm not going to watch all those videos right now, but it
Right.
puts them all in one spot, like a bucket to come and watch later.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can use those benefits of subscribing or not. If you don't want to subscribe, you can yeah, that just like the questioner said, you can literally do everything on YouTube without subscribing, even without logging in. So, YouTube is owned by Google. If I create a YouTube channel, is there a phone number at YouTube or Google that I can call if I have questions on adding advertisements or monetizing my YouTube channel?
I'm sure there's a phone number. Well, you know what?
With these
There
kind of
might not be a
companies.
phone number. You might have to dig through lots of layers and send an email, or there might be like an online form, to fill out,
Mhm.
instead of giving out an email. I'm not quite sure how that aspect, like the business aspect works. Those the YouTube links, that were at the end, like the help, there was a section on uploading and content creation. That would probably be the best place to start your search.
Mhm.
And I'm sure there's going to be a way to contact them, or you'll find ways to contact them from starting there.
Will you eventually do another workshop on posting your own videos to YouTube? I made a short one and posted it. It was a bit complicated and I could use help. To put it in the post-event survey. So we have a post-event survey that will come up. I'll post a link to it before we finish, and it'll come up once you exit the session. In that survey, the very bottom question is, what would you like us to cover in the future? And if you want us to do one on how to post videos, then we just put that in there. And we'll try. We can't cover every suggestion people make, but perhaps we'll do one in the future on how to become a content creator. Would love a walkthrough on how to get a free account. I always get a notice to get an account for cost. I love finding. Oh no, I know YouTube sometimes try to sell YouTube Premium to you, but no, Google accounts are free. You should when you're signing up for it, you should never have, be asked for money or putting in any kind of credit card information. The way to create a Google account is, you could just go to YouTube, and on the top right-hand side, if you don't have an account, there's either a login or a sign up button. Click that sign up button, and you should be able to sign up. You'll have to enter some information, probably like I don't know what Google. I haven't signed up for a Google account in a really long time. But I think it's something like your phone number, your name, your age, that sort of thing.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for a YouTube account. You don't have to pay for a Google account. If you're somewhere where they're asking you for credit card information to get a Google account, then you're in a place
Yeah,
that is
I'm
trying
like
to steal your
exit out
information.
of
That sounds
that
like a
and
scam. Yeah,
close your browser and
no,
yeah,
none of that.
there's something not good there.
I see a number by the YouTube application. What does it mean? It's a good question. I don't offhand. It seems like if it's on a mobile device, it might be the number of if there's any notifications within YouTube. So if you've commented and somebody responded to a comment, or if any of your subscriptions have posted, there might be on some phones, it might have a number above near the YouTube application saying how many notifications there are within the app. That's the only thing I can imagine when it comes to there being a number by the YouTube application.
Yeah, maybe it's inadvertently done the not just subscribe but notification as well, like the little bell icon. Maybe that's what you're getting. Maybe check out your notification settings.
Yeah.
Just like you said.
On the TV subject, I haven't been able to figure out how to click on the like buttons or subscribe buttons because they can't show up on the TV. Is there a way to see this on the TV? Again, it may depend on the specific approach or the specific app you're using to download or use YouTube. So the way the TV approaches YouTube is a bit different in terms of their interface than what you get on the phone or on the computer. And so there may not be like buttons. There may not be subscription opportunities. I don't know, Connor. What has your experience been with that?
Because I'm trying to think of my own experiences, and I would say 75% those options are probably there, but the user interface is probably going to be different depending on the brand of your TV and those kinds of things. Like I'd be curious to there's probably a way, maybe. Yeah, it's really hard to help on an individual level, but
yeah, because there's different settings.
Yeah, maybe just kind of click different buttons on the remote and stuff and try to find a way.
Yep. How do you get other channels after you unsubscribed from channels you once viewed that you no longer want? I'm not sure exactly what that question means. I mean, you can subscribe to channels, to as many channels as you want. You can unsubscribe and subscribe again. That shouldn't have any effect on other channels. There's almost every video you click on, theoretically, that account is a channel, even if it may not be a person who creates videos on a regular basis. You can subscribe to anybody who uploads a video or puts a video from their computer up onto YouTube. So I think if there's another way you can phrase that question, then go ahead and throw it into the chat, into the Q&A. Again, if we didn't answer the question, but I'm not sure I understand exactly what the question is. Somebody mentioned, what is Brave browser? How do I get it? So I mentioned earlier that with the Brave browser, you don't get ads within YouTube. Brave is a privacy focused browser, although I gotta say, I say that with qualifications because you have to go to their settings and turn off some ways that information is reported to Brave anonymously, but still your computer sends information to Brave unless you turn it off. If you want to get Brave browser, you just go to brave.com. So it's a browser just like Firefox, Chrome, Edge. There are many Opera. There are many browser options, and Brave is just one of them. But one nice benefit is that it removes ads automatically, including ads on YouTube. My daughter wanted to start a YouTube channel, and she couldn't do it under her email as she's a minor. So I made the channel under mine. Can I make multiple channels under the same profile?
Ooh,
That's a good question. Let me.
that's it. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I was like, are you gonna do it? Because I was like, if
Yeah,
you don't mind,
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
yeah,
If
I'm
you want
like,
to let me see
I
what
want to
that is.
know too.
Yeah.
I'm like, because you can create different like you said, you can have an account and have different profiles. Um, and I would, yeah, I'm like, is it linked to the profile or the?
So I'm gonna look it up right now. And if you want to, then we have another question. How do you start your own channel?
Well,
And you answer that one, and I'm gonna see
okay,
if I
yeah,
can
here,
look up.
let me just give 10 seconds. Yeah, I mean, basically anybody with an account, by starting your own channel, just uploading a video, and that would be under that left sidebar is where the library, that would be any videos that you've posted there. But I mean, starting a channel, I mean, it's kind of a loaded process, meaning, getting it up off the ground, or you just want to start, you know, posting videos, because it's, um, I mean, people mean different things by that.
Yeah. So I got the answer, and the answer is that
Okay.
you can have up to 100 channels with one account. I'm gonna post a link to a Google support page that has that information along with some other relevant information. But yeah, up to 100 channels. So
That's
that's a
really
lot.
shocking to me.
Yeah.
That's really surprising. Huh. I mean, because I mean, you have like, let's say you have a myriad of interests, and you're like, I'm gonna do like a channel on, cooking, and then a channel on, sewing, and a channel on, whatever the case, like 100.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
that's about as many interests as you have, Connor, I think, right?
yeah. I'm like, it's more interests than I can name.
I don't know. Between me and you, we probably have 100 interests.
Yeah, yeah. We could fill that up.
So how do you start your own YouTube channel? Actually, I would say the most basic answer to how do you start your own YouTube channel is this: as soon as you upload a video under your account, you've started a YouTube channel. I mean,
Right,
yeah,
right. So it's like, well,
pretty much.
yeah, like beyond that, like if it's like a marketing thing, that's way beyond the scope of today. But there's lots of resources, and I know LA County Library has resources that you can check out related to that as well. Um, but like, and then we have a lot of classes, like the Gale courses and everything. There's a
Mhm.
lot of options there for marketing and putting yourself out there, not just on YouTube, but a lot of them are YouTube focused,
Mhm.
for like the marketing aspect, like creating a channel, like if that's going to be like a thing, rather than just, I'm just going to upload some videos for funsies or for my friends
Mhm.
and stuff. Those are just completely different experiences. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check
Yeah.
out LA County resources, and of
Yeah,
course, the multiple.
Skillshare, I think. So we have access to Skillshare, which I think is
Okay.
particularly good for something like that, creative expression. And I would be very surprised if Skillshare didn't have a class on how to succeed as a content creator. And that was what success means to you as a content creator could be different from somebody else. So somebody might just want to be able to express themselves, and somebody want to become a millionaire, which is which is
Sign me up.
very difficult on YouTube. It's not easy to become a millionaire on YouTube, but it's possible, I presume. Anything's possible. Oh, we covered this before, but what does a like mean? A like means you like the video.
Yeah,
That's
it's the thumbs up icon, and it really just means you like it, and what that does is throws it in your liked bucket and affects the algorithms
yeah.
and gives the content creator an extra like.
YouTube will consider the qualities of that video, the tags, etc., and then and then they'll feed you more videos like that because you said you enjoyed it. So it doesn't have to be like, I like this video. It could be you responded positively in some way to the video. Maybe the topic, maybe the person in the video, maybe, I don't know, the music in the video. So it is what you want it to be. How do you subscribe to someone's content on YouTube? You simply click the subscribe button under the video. It's as easy as that.
And then you'll know that if you've already subscribed because it will say subscribed, and it will be grayed out.
Yep. Is Skillshare a paid service as well as Brave.com? Brave is a free browser that you can download from their website at brave.com. Skillshare is typically something that you would pay for, but we are providing it for you free with your library card if you sign up from our website. So you get it's not in free for an infinite time. I think it's 3 months that you get for free with the library card, but yeah, we give you Skillshare for free. If you go to lacountylibrary.com/learn, you will get it. I'm going to post a link in the chat because we've got a lot of stuff for you for free that otherwise you'd have to pay for. Oops. Let me post it to everyone here. There we go. So if you click on that link, you get access to Skillshare, LinkedIn Learning, Gale courses, Universal Class, Mango Learning, everything for you. I gotta say, I'll be a pitchman for the library. I'll do it. I already am. What is the difference between TikTok and YouTube? Length of the videos. The TikTok, the videos are really short and typically kind of fit a certain genre. A lot of people do dances on TikTok. YouTube, you get videos of any length and on any topic. And because there's so many videos on YouTube, I mean, the amount of trend following might be a little bit less. Do you pay for a subscription? No. Subscribing to somebody on YouTube is free. However, there are, if you want to join a community or get some kind of special features, there is a way for people, for channels on YouTube, for like content creators to have an additional like membership within YouTube. I've never done that for anybody. I don't know, Connor, have you ever gone beyond
I've never
the
done it, but
subscription?
yeah, I've heard that it exists. I'm like, that'd have to be like a really, really special, amazing, channel for me to, pay for something extra, but they're out there. And I mean, there are people that do. I'm sure they're getting their money's worth. Whatever they're getting, it's beyond what you can get, like as just a free user of YouTube. But I don't have much experience with it.
We got another basic. What is a channel? A channel is just an account. It's a YouTube account on which somebody puts videos. That's
and apparently you can have up
to
100.
You can have up to 100 on a single account.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about when we're not talking about channels. But I'm sorry, I'm so blown away by the fact that they offer that many channels. But yeah, that's what you're subscribing to the channel.
Somebody wrote, thank you for the presentation. The big frustration I have with Google and YouTube is that you can't call and speak to a customer service representative. Yeah, that's a frustration people have with a lot of online companies. I know that, for instance, people who have trouble with their Yahoo passwords can't call Yahoo and talk over your password. And most these big companies with their passwords, it's really unfortunate, but this is this state of customer service in the online world. Sometimes some companies do really well at it, some companies don't do as well, and the idea of offering a phone number to many companies seems like it's not a worthwhile thing, fortunately or unfortunately. If I want to write a letter to YouTube or people on YouTube, how do I do that? If we lost the password, how do I get it back? Writing a letter would not be the first way that I would request a password. That even you could theoretically send a letter to YouTube headquarters, but that is a very inefficient way to get your password if your letter even gets routed to the right people. So there's usually a forgot password link somewhere when you're signing in, and you would have to go through the process on your computer within the browser to get it back. You usually have to answer some questions or verify, information on your phone, that sort of thing. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend writing a letter for that purpose. How does one participate on a presentation on YouTube? Well, you can post videos on YouTube within your account. There's a box that's lets you upload a video. Upload means take something from your computer and put it online. How do you see a list of YouTube channels? I know the LA Library has a YouTube channel. We do. YouTube.com/LA County Library. And thanks, for example, of financial guru Susie Orman. Susie Orman has a YouTube channel. Absolutely. Can you show how to see a list of different channels? So on YouTube, every video you see on your front page is attached to a channel. That channel is usually the person's account information. Now, some of those people may not post a lot, while some channels are very, very active. So any video you click on, you can subscribe to that content creator. You can subscribe to that account or that channel. There are websites online where you can, if you're interested in like the top crochet channels on YouTube, then somebody online will have put together a list of the top 10 crochet channels, or there's so many technology related channels on looking at various aspects of technology, cryptocurrency. I mean, any topic you can think of. Chess. Oh, there's so many chess channels, ASMR, all kinds of fun stuff. Video games. Why am I even I'm just saying random topics at this point.
Lots of just because it's limitless.
It's limitless, the amount of people there are on YouTube. There's channels on practically every topic, but it's basically just any person. It's not like a TV channel where there's a huge building and a bunch of people putting out content. This is a channel, could be a single person just recording themselves with their laptop camera.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a way to browse through the content creators themselves. The way YouTube, looking for content is usually by like keywords and tags. I just because of the question got me thinking, is there like a way to browse the content creators themselves? And it's really, I mean, as you're browsing the videos and the content creators are attached to those, topical videos. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. And of course you can, somebody mentioned in the chat,
see the search, and then you'll see the videos that are recommended, and that's when you're like, oh, okay, well, I really like, the history of, the Babylon Empire, and look at like that YouTube creator is Babylon history, like, like I'm gonna subscribe to that. So you can often find things that way by just searching what you're looking for, and then you'll find the creators because they've uploaded, in that topic.
I'm interested in frigates, so I would type in frigate and in that search bar at the top of the screen, and I'm sure I would be getting a channel of somebody who's also a huge frigate enthusiast. For those who don't know, a frigate is a type of ship.
Talking about boats?
Boats.
Oh,
so it's like a warship.
When you first said it, I thought you said cricket. And I'm like, wow, that's, I mean, hey, like, bugs.
Entomology fans, YouTube is your friend.
I was like, that's very, I was like, crickets, but okay, frigates. All right.
Frigates, also crickets. Crickets on frigates. Probably there's a YouTube channel about crickets on frigates. Although I don't know, it's not a great place for crickets, I think. Not much to eat on the ship. How do you recover the password once you lost it on YouTube? Okay, so another question about passwords. So your YouTube password is the password to your Google account. So it's not, so you wouldn't be looking for your YouTube password, you'd be looking for your Google password as a whole. So Google has a process to recover a password. It's not necessarily the most straightforward or easy way to go about recovering a password, but there's really no other way, unfortunately, if you've lost your password. On the other hand, creating another account in Google's free. So you can always just create another account if you must.
So my YouTube account is, it's super old, and it's, before, I think it was even before Google bought YouTube, and it's, I just have like my Yahoo email, and yeah, resetting the password, which I have to reset my passwords all the time because I just forget, then yeah, it's just following the prompt of the YouTube reset password when you go to log in, and you put in your password or you don't, and they'll be like lost or forgotten password. Just click that link.
Yeah, that'll take you through the process. Will Instagram eventually take down your account page if there is no new posts or activity? Not that I know of. I think Instagram will just leave it. Because some people, they have an account and they don't post anything. They just use their account to interact with people on Instagram through direct messages or through liking people's videos. I mean, some people just aren't really all about posting themselves. They just support other people on Instagram. So no, YouTube won't, Instagram will not take down your account for that reason, just for if you don't post. Answer from other channels why I'm on YouTube. Can they not be on my channel, or do they stay on my channel? I think that they do not stay on your channel. If you unsubscribe, you no longer see them on your account. Also, they may come up within your recommended videos. So YouTube, even if you unsubscribe from a channel, YouTube may still recommend those videos in your kind of general feed. When I use Gmail account to sign into YouTube, do I need to use the same password? Yes. Yeah, Gmail uses is a Google account. YouTube is a Google account. Google Maps, all part of the same Google account. So your Google account is what is it? There's the Lord of the Rings, the ring that rules them all. That's your Google account. It's the password that rules them all. So yeah, you log in with usually your Gmail account, your email address, and whatever password you use for that. Connor, I think we've gotten through all the questions.
Oh wow, nice.
Rest of this, there was a lot, and I'm so pleased. Wait, one more. How does one input information when you ask to type information while watching a live YouTube presentation? You can't do it in YouTube. You have to be inputting the information somewhere else, wherever that person's telling you to input information. There's no interaction within the video interface. There's comments. I mean, you can put something in the comments, but I think if we're talking about like learning about something else, like if it's a YouTube video about learning computer programming, there's no interface for inputting, computer code within the YouTube interface. You'd have to go somewhere else to do that, wherever else the person in the video is telling you. Oh, input a comment just below the video. If you scroll down a little bit, there's a little open box. You could type there, you click there, you type your comment, and you push post.
And if the comments are turned off at the bottom of the page, it will say comments have been turned off.
Yeah,
so
like
don't keep searching for the comment box if you see that.
Yeah, in the YouTube with the LA County Library YouTube channel, our comments are turned off, so you wouldn't be able to post a comment there. All right, before we go, I just want to let people know about our post-event survey. We do humbly ask you to fill that out. It's pretty short, but it gives us good and useful information about how we can serve you better. So if you have positive comments, negative comments, we welcome all. We're happy to see the good ones, but we're happy to see the bad ones as well, because that helps us improve. So I just posted that link in the chat. Let me go ahead and post next week's event here quickly, because we do have an event coming up next week that you might be interested in, and that is becoming an empowered consumer. We've done this one a few times in the past, and we've gotten really good feedback. If you do any online shopping, or you're interested in online shopping but aren't sure about how to research good products, where to go if you've been defrauded, we cover that next week. I just posted a link to that in the chat. You click on that. Of course, just like this one, all our events are free, and you can find out more at our website, lacountylibrary.org. And if you, on the top right-hand side, there's a little link to virtual programming, and you can see all of our Zoom events, and we have quite a few. And with that, let me take a quick look here. Oh, I see it. We got a few more things. If it's a live YouTube event, there's often a chat open. Yes, indeed. For live YouTube events, on the right-hand side of your screen, there's usually a chat that's going. It's like comments, but live and moving really quickly often. So yeah, that's another way to interact on YouTube. Do all social media have one way to connect to each other or not? They do not. No, there's many different social media platforms tend to be totally separate. Facebook owns Instagram, so that's why those are connected, but Facebook and Instagram are not connected to YouTube, are not connected to Post, are not connected to TikTok, all separate. They're all their own islands. All right. Thanks, Connor, for your informative presentation and your knowledge in answering all these questions. I hope folks out there will enjoy their YouTube browsing and have learned a little bit something about this platform, one of the most popular video platforms on the web and in the world. And with that, we bid you good afternoon and hope to see you next time.